Toastmasters, fellow guests, good evening.
Good evening.
Today my topic is, are you well? Now, I'm sure that all of you have asked yourself this question. Am I healthy? Am I doing everything I can to remain healthy? Is there anyone over here who has never asked himself that question? I have discovered many facts through my research. Some of those might be a little bit disturbing. Some of them might even be interesting. But first, I'd like to ask you this. When you get sick, what is the first thing that you think about? The first thing that we always do is go and consult a doctor. Go see what happens. But do you know the effects of that on your body? When you go to a doctor, the most usual response you're going to get is, we're going to take out a pen, a paper, and simply write to you, take one Panadol and one antibiotic and call me in the morning. But do you know how dangerous that is to your body? First off, let's talk about the chemistry. Let's skip off the chemistry lesson. Antibodies work this way. Every time they insert into your body, they eradicate cells. Good cells, harmed cells, they will eradicate them all, just so that you can have a new chance to restart your cells. Panadol, a mixture of chemicals that when you place in your body also creates a chemical reaction that allows you to perhaps evade the effects of a cold. Dull pain from the head, dull pain from the stomach. Now, have you ever thought about what happens when those chemicals enter your body? One example and one extremely scary fact. Who in this room has not eaten chips, potatoes, those things that they sell for 100 plus? Is there anyone in this room who has not eaten them? This fact is what scares me the most. Through the preservative that they place inside those chips, our bodies have changed. Morticians have reported that the bodies that are being delivered these days, bodies of people who have devoured preservatives, are taking way too long to decompose. This means that because your body has inhaled those things, it is right now becoming a different body. It has different properties. Now this is one of the things that I've researched. Another thing is, are you really safe? Are you really safe from all the diseases that can come for you? One of the scariest diseases, and that I'm sure all of you are afraid of, is cancer. Cancer is something scary. Through obtaining cancer, you have to go through radioactive treatment. You have to take nuclears inside your body that will kill those energy cells just so that you might have a chance to get rid of it. But do you know what's the major cause of cancer? Radioactivity. Now some of you will say, oh, but that's just when I'm near a nuclear waste plant or when I'm taking my X-ray. That is true. But do you know that radioactivity is everywhere? One thing that is always radioactive and that you will always use every day, this thing is your cell phone. Merely looking at the screen is radioactive. While it's not harmful in many doses and you can ignore radioactivity in minimal dosages, this is what you need to be careful of. The fact that you place the phone on your ear and the fact that those magnetic energy waves are hitting your brain is very dangerous. There have been reported cases that people who have been on the floor for 6 hours or long on a daily basis obtain a sign of short memory loss. They can't remember everything. Now, do you feel that you are well? Not at all. Another thing that is more dangerous than any physical harm to your body is your mental health. When we are kids, we're told, take dreams, dream of whatever you want to be all you want. And after we grow, we come to the realization we're entering schools just so that we can be able to have a good job. We're entering schools just for the devious system to contain itself and complete. We enter those jobs, we have children, and then we end up telling them the same lies over and over and allowing them to enter the circle again. Now, I will ask you another time, are you well knowing all this? Before, it used to be that the healthy person is simply a person who lives with all his limbs. Right now, a healthy person needs more than that. You need more than your limbs. You need your mental health. You also need to be careful of whatever you ingest. Many of you, as I'm sure, have tried dieting. And the fact remains that I have researched almost types of dieting as they simply tell you to supplement your body with one thing while removing the other. That is dangerous. Some people have went through dieting and came back worse. Not only does it affect your mental health by telling you that you are eating less and demanding that you eat more on your cheat days, but it can have lasting impacts on your body as your entire chemical structure changes. Before I end this speech, I will ask you one last time. Are you well?
Now moving on to our last speaker. We will have 1 minute silence for you to jot down ballots. We have seemed to lost to who we have seemed to have lost our guests. They were all too us.
It's her fault.
Well, they didn't know about the elections and the agenda, and they came for a certain time frame.
As for some reason, do you think we'll have time for the table topics this evening?
Good.
We could skip it.
Due to the time.
We could skip it.
Do we skip it or do we do one? To be honest, I feel like we won't have time. Yeah, I agree.
We could skip it and then
What
go
is this
straight.
one thing?
But then we extended the meeting to 10 p.m. So we have like 2, 4. I don't even know.
I think with the evaluation, it's going to take too much time.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
exactly.
evaluation is. But my evaluator is missing in action, so might be taking less time.
Last time.
But still, with the evaluation session,
What we could do, we could have the evaluation session and then no, we can't do that anymore.
I say we skip the table topics.
Who agrees? Show of hands?
So let's
Okay,
do.
so that's majority.
And anyway, the guests have run away.
Yeah, most of them were the ones I wanted to.
What's
Do
going
we
on?
have time for one table topic? Or
We could have like a talk.